So I'm going to go through today kind of a little bit. I'm going to try and cram it into 30 minutes here. How I would kind of implement our 5-out offense in like a training camp situation. For us high school coaches, at least out in Arizona, we get 2.5 weeks or so until we start going live. So just some different ideas and thoughts. Nothing earth shattering. More of just ways to organize, combine situations, maximize, participate, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick and we'll get started. All right. So first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of some thoughts and philosophies. So I break it down into 3 different categories. 1 is our pre-teaching, 2 is our on-court live action, and then 3 is our review and our assessment. So when it comes to pre-teaching, we personally use a lot of film and animations. So we'll take a short team session, 10 to 15 minutes, just introduce some different concepts. We'll show film, we'll show animations, we'll show practice clips, game clips, whatever we have available. We ask a lot of open-ended questions for player input. So if we're teaching through, our quick actions, we'll just show a bunch of different clips of the same action with different outcomes. And we'll just ask players, why did it end up this way? Or what kind of reads do you see? Or what is the defense doing? And so we just kind of ask a lot of open-ended questions to get some input during film, just to kind of help better understand, what's going on. And then we're constantly updating film, whether it's from practice or games, what have you. But our film session we're going through is always as most recently we could possibly make it. So that's one thing that we try and do as far as pre-teaching is concerned. Lots of film. We try to do film, again, short, 10, 15 minutes. We do it almost every practice. So we will do that. We'll walk through that kind of stuff. Then once we get into the court, right, we're on court, lots of different things we're talking about. We want to maximize our space. We will try to isolate game-like skills and warm-ups. So when we're warming up, it's not out there just kind of shooting around or farting around. We're like actually isolating game-like skills. We're making sure everybody gets shots and breakdowns. Works on building your progressions. So, we are going to start, 1-on-0, 3-on-0, 3-on-3, 5-on-0, all that good stuff. But building your progressions, whether it's numbers from 3 to 5 or 3-on-0, even to building your progressions within your reads and teaching those things. And then I'm a big believer in utilizing a ton of 3-on-3. A lot of our 5-out actions are, 3-man actions. So we really emphasize and put a big emphasis on 3-on-3 because that's the main portion of what we're doing on the floor. Then the last piece is reviewing and assessment. So for us, we're breaking down practice as often as we're breaking down games. Sometimes we're breaking down, practice more than we're breaking down games. We're also trying to create, that learning retrieval opportunity. So that's, where kids forget. They have to go back and remember it. So there's some science out there, like the longer you spend in between sessions, you forget stuff, right? But then if you're able to retrieve that information, that actually builds a stronger long-term memory, part in your brain. So we try to not review right after practice. We give them some time and see if they can really try and retrieve some stuff, and we'll quiz them, do some different things with some time in between practice, but before the following practice. And then also we use a lot of data-driven instruction. So I'll share with you some things that we do with our players after practice to kind of get some data on them. And then that helps to drive our instruction for the next day in practice. So from here, I'm just going to kind of go through how I would teach if we're quote unquote in a film room, just kind of get you some ideas as far as how we teach it in film. And then I'll show some drills and all that other wonderful stuff too. So if we're in film, day one, we're going to talk we're going to put this on the screen with our players and we're going to talk through it. So one, it's easy to go on the floor and say, okay, guys, when we pitch the ball ahead, we're going to do this. And when the big is trailing, we're going to do this. Well, we actually put it on the screen for our guys to see. We kind of talked about it very quickly. So for us, here's things that we're going to do. If we're playing through the trail, if our guard keeps, if we're pitching ahead, here's what we're trying to get into. So we're showing this with our players. We talk about some points of emphasis for the day. So when we're out there today, we're looking at creating an advantage. We're looking at our early actions and the blender stuff. We're hunting the paint. We want to focus on spacing, finishing our cuts, read area. So we're giving them visuals of things that we want to work on during the day or during that practice. And then we'll talk about some other stuff, some rules we have out there, because again, we're pretending it's day 0. So some important things for us, make sure there's no back-to-back drives. We'll work on our 0.5 mentality, all those wonderful things on the screen. So we're just really breaking that down with our guys. And then right from there, we'll show some film. So for instance, Again, we're starting from the bottom. So we'll go, drag stuff. So for us drags, we're going to show it. So we'll sit there and say, well, here's our drag stuff, and we'll watch the animation play, and we'll talk through all that stuff. So before we even get into the video, we'll go through an animation. We'll say, okay, that's our drag. What do we see? What do we like? So for us coaches, we'll sit there, all right, here's what's important to us, okay? For us, it's important to make sure that this screen is being set high and wide, right? And our timing has to be, important on the weak side. We're not going too early or too late, okay? And we're shaking up from the strong side corner. But we make sure that it's very important that we're setting that screen high and wide. We have good pace. So we're coming down here, we pause, and then we come off that screen hard. So simple things to show it through the animation, to teach them, hey, here's how it should look, right? And then from there, then we'll show some film. So then we'll pull up some clips. And we'll typically watch it live once first. So I'm not sure how bad this looks on the computer as far as screen sharing, but we'll watch it live once. And then we'll watch it again, and then we'll talk through it. So, okay, we're looking at drag stuff. What do we notice? Well, we notice one thing is the screen's being set high and wide, just like we talked about, right? We have good space over here in the corner. This guy's going to be in high 45. He's going to this corner. So we're going to have good spacing, right? So we're just talking and showing. Now we're showing film after progressing from the animation. So we'll keep going through. He comes off. Again, we know we did a good job because look at our spacing. The paint's wide open. We got shooters in the corners. Okay, our big did a nice job of screening. Okay, we did our job. So we're showing film now of that same specific action. All right, then we'll show another clip. Okay, here's another clip of drag fins. What do we see that's different this time? Okay, so we'll watch the film live, and then we'll go there and break it down. So something simple is, for us, right, where was the screen set? Well, the screen was set a little lower, right? He comes at the screen right here. We'd rather it be up in this area, but it just didn't happen. But what they did have was great change of pace. So you'll watch, he comes in here, great change of pace. He's able to utilize that screen even though the location wasn't where it was supposed to be. Because basketball is not perfect. It's messy. We all know this. So just giving our guys different visuals of how it's going to look on the floor. So then we'll go into practice. We'll film practice, all stuff. We'll break practice down. Then tomorrow we'll come back and review, and we'll watch some drag string stuff. But it'll be us doing it from practice. So we're always updating the film and breaking that down with our guys. So for us, that's the drag stuff. Then we can get into, our pistol actions, same sort of thing, right? We're going to go through. And then what I kind of like to do here, like pistol's a great one where you have different options out of it, right? So we're always going to kick ahead to the 2 here. And then for instance, this one, he's just going to keep it. We're going to attack. Well, that's great. And all. What happens if that doesn't happen? So what we could do here is we'll talk about it. I'll ask our guys, all right, what's some different options we have here now? So we kick ahead to the 2, right? And you come through and you don't get it. What's some options that we have? And I ask the question. I'll open it up to our guys. What are some things that you think would be useful? What are things you don't know are useful? Some answers they'll know because we've reviewed it in the past or stuff we ran from last year. Other times I'm just trying to get some creativity out of them. What do you guys think, could be effective? And so we say, well, if he doesn't give it back, he can set a ball screen here, and then he can turn the corner, we can roll, and blah, 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 which is great. All that stuff is awesome for our guys to kind of think through the game and show those different things. So then, same process. We'll show the animation, we'll talk about it, we'll break it down, then we'll watch film on it. Okay, we'll go through that with each of our different concepts we want to introduce for that day. So I'm not going to go through all these, but we have pistol stuff, we have our quick series stuff, but again, it's just going through everything with our guys before we even hit the floor. So it's quick, 10, 15 minutes, points of emphasis for the day. Here's the action we're working on. Let's go hit the floor. So once we get to the floor, okay, let's talk about warm-up drills for a minute, okay? First clip I'm going to show you here, okay, it talks about maximizing space, okay? So I'm going to let the clip run, but I just want you to see here, okay? While the biggest thing that I noticed on this clip for me is something that we all kind of battle as high school coaches sometimes, or at any level really, but there's only 2 baskets, right? So they have all these guys on the floor with only 2 baskets, right? But they're still being very efficient and effective with maximizing their space. So you'll see here, right? On this side of the floor is kind of a defensive side. They were working on switching the DHOs. You had ball handling here. You had passing and ball handling here. And then on this side of the floor, you had warm-up actions out of your offense. Okay, breaking down, singling out individual skills you can work on your offense. So even though they're limited in space, right, they have 1 court, 2 goals, right, they're maximizing that space by taking advantage of everything that's around them. So I want you to think about that. A lot of times, I know, at least for me at my old school, we had one gym and that was it. And it was kind of frustrating at times. We had to get creative. We had to find ways to be efficient within our space. That's one thing I want you to think about, is really maximizing your space. Then we talked about isolating game-like skills. So for us, stampeding is where we catch the ball on the run, off a pass, so we attack. So we talked about our points of emphasis. We want 0.5 mentality. Okay, great. So here's the drill. Very simple. Swing it, catch it, and attack the catch. Okay, so again, for us, it's called a stampede. Okay, we attack the catch, get right to the rim. Right, so we're getting warmed up. We got some defense, some dummy defense in there. Okay, now we go to the other side of the floor. Notice how quick the transitions are too, right? Guys aren't waiting in line. They're not messing around. It's quick, short, to the point. Catch, get my rep, get back in line. Catch, get my rep, get back in line. So one thing here that we worked on, or not me, but that they're working on, right, is a stampede action. It's a single skill within our offense that they're able to work on, okay, quickly in a warm-up. Another one is, okay, reading closeouts. So here's same sort of idea. Okay, kick to the play on the wing, shot. Defense is short. Okay, give them another pass, fly by, keep a 3-3. So we're working on our shot, fake, side dribble. Okay, defense is sitting, we shoot it. Another pass, defense comes at them, side dribble, keep it 3-3. Okay, and then we're working on our threes. So then this just rotates, right? We go corner, 45, top, other 45, other corner. Okay, it's a great little warm-up drill. It's a game situation, things that we will work on, things that we will do in the game. When we're just isolating single skills while we're kind of getting warmed up and getting our bodies ready to go. And then from there, we start progressing into 3-on-0 stuff. So 3-on-0, this is a great, I like this drill that they do here. What's nice about it is it starts with some defense. So you'll see that it puts them in defensive rotation, and then out of that, they go right into 3-on-0. So we go right into here. Let the screen catch up here a minute. I might have to stop my share and reshare when this stuff happens. I'm going to stop my share real fast. Did it freeze for you too, Mark?
Yeah, it froze a couple times.
Okay.
I picked back up, but
Good old Zoom. All right. Back this back up. So they're going to start in a 3-on-3 defensive situation. Okay. So they're going to get put in rotation. They're going to work on their X outs, whatever on the weak side. Okay. Work on their X outs. Okay. They're going to shoot it. Then they come down 3-on-0. Okay. And they're going to work on their live stuff. So they get the rebound, come down the floor, pitch ahead, he attacks. Okay. So now they're combining actions. So he scored it. You know, coach, manager gives them another basketball right into their drag stuff. Okay. Notice everybody got a shot, right? The cutter got a shot. The roller got a shot. Okay, the ball handler got a shot. So they kicked it ahead here early. And he catches it and just scores. That's great. That's one of the reads in their offense. So after he scores, they kick him to the ball. Okay, drag screen. Okay, and they get the drag screen practice. Get the roll man, he gets a dunk. Okay, and the guy gets a shot. Okay, so all three guys are getting a shot out of this drill. Starts with a 3-man defensive rotation, put in rotation, work on their X outs, and they go attack 3-on-1 offense. So they're combining defense and offense, at the same time building and working towards their offensive end in production. Okay. Next one, they're going to pitch it ahead. Same thing, they're going to put in rotation. This time they're going to pitch it ahead. Same thing they did last time. This time, instead of scoring it, he's going to kick it back out, and they get into their drag screen. So shot goes up, they rebound, kick it ahead. This time, as a defender there, he can't score, kicks it back out, drag, okay, hits the shake man. Okay, everybody gets a shot. So this time the difference was, it's kind of hard to see because the coach is hidden behind the basket here. You'll see there's a coach in the corner that picks up the guy who gets the pitch ahead pass. And so now you're adding that little dummy defense. Okay, we pitch it ahead, defense is there, I try to attack, I got nothing, kick it back out, boom, drag, and everybody gets a shot. So you're taking that next progression out of your 3-on-0. And again, we're just working on drag screens. We're working on reads, pacing, timing, all that awesome stuff, while throwing a little defense in there as well. Next, now we get into the quick series stuff. This time they change it up, right? Now they're going to work on some rebounding. So a little old school triangle rebounding drill, rotating shot goes up, box out, find somebody, get the ball and go. Get the ball out. They set their quick screen. Okay, some different reads. They hit the cutter this time. Okay, everybody gets a shot. Next group will go, start in the triangle rebounding, circle around. They'll get up, then they'll get going. Okay, so they make towards that next read. So they get the rebound. They go. This time the cutter's not going to be open, right? So big comes back. They zoom it. Okay, two-man game. Okay, make a read out of there. Everybody gets a shot. Okay, it's the different ways to do it. You can go a little rebounding action. You can do a defensive rotation into your 3-on-0. But again, you're combining, not only are you combining defense and offense, but you're combining real life transition into the offense. Not just like, okay, take the ball down the floor. Like, no, you just had a rebound. You just were putting defensive rotation. So it's more game-like in that transition feel for setting up their drags. I know for us, as simple as a drag screen is, it took us a while to understand the pacing and feel and timing for what that drag screen actually looked like in a game situation. This is a great way to kind of combine those features and make it more game-like for them. And then from there, we can get into add some dummy defense. Okay, so we'll start maybe here. They're in delay, but they're going to add one defensive coach. So they'll throw it. No, defensive coach takes away the cutter. So again, their two-man game, and again, everybody's getting a shot. Right, same thing. So that one guy guarding, there's one coach guarding the bottom corner man. He's making them make different decisions. Okay, just by playing dummy defense. But now we're working on 3 versus 1. Okay, putting some decision making into it. We understand concepts. And again, everybody's always getting shots. So that's one thing you can do. Here they do a nice, cool little drill where they're working on multiple pick and rolls. So in their pistol offense, right, that guard can come up and set a step-up screen. And if that doesn't work out, then the big comes sets a ball screen. So why not just combine the two together? So they'll combine it here. I think I froze again. There we go, catch up. Okay, so you got the step up screen right into the ball screen with the big. Okay, and everybody gets shots. Now they're doing both, right? Step up screens, ball screens are combining multiple pick and roll situations into one drill, right? They're combining decision making drill. Which type of roll am I going to hit? Where are they spacing to? And then again, everybody's getting a shot. All right, I'm going to stop share one more time. It's so laggy. All right. So then we can get into some more here, right? So then we get into our pistol stuff. Again, we're adding more defenders to our drill. Okay. So we'll get into our pistol action, whether we keep it or don't. Okay. Pick and roll, make the reads. Okay. Shots for everybody. All right. Everybody's getting shots, working different reads. Okay. If you're paying attention to this at the floor, they're working on defense. So again, they're maximizing that space. At the same time, isolating comps within their offense. Everybody's getting shots, which is great. Working on different reads and working against the defense. Jump ahead here a little bit. So now you can go all the way into where you're adding second and third defenders. So in here, they're going to be rejecting the ball screen. So they hit the roll man. Okay, what they're working on now is that the weak side defender helps in, right? So they're working on that aspect of it. So that's where the other defenders come in here. So he's going to come off. Okay. What we're working on is this coach here is that extra defender. So when they hit the roll man here, right, it's almost like he's stepping up, so we have to make this extra pass, right? So that's what they're simulating right there, right, by using that dummy defense extra coaches. So he's still getting a game rep shot. He's making a game rep decision and pass, okay, and so is this guy. So each made a game-like decision, even though it's against dummy defense. It's some 3-on-2 stuff. So once we get out of our 3-on-0, 3 versus dummy defense, you can kind of transition to 5-on-0. And what's cool that they do here is you'll see, you talk about 5-out offense and positionless kind of stuff. They'll do 3 trips. They'll come down to get into their pistol stuff. They've added 2 more players, so we're 5-on-0 now. Okay, shot goes up. We're going to come down and transition. Now they're in their semi-transition stuff. They kick it ahead, don't have anything, right into their drag. We just worked on 3-on-0, kick it, swing it. Okay. And what's cool here is if you notice, the point guard is now becoming the corner man. Okay, right? Westbrook comes off, he kicks it. Instead of being the point guard this time, Westbrook's going to be the corner man. James is the point guard. So it's kind of cool if you talk about you guys who want to play different positions. As coaches are always saying, hey, you need to know multiple positions. 5-on-0, by just simple interchange, now I'm corner, your point guard, and spacing it works out great. You can even swap your corner man and 45 man. Guys are getting reps in multiple positions, okay, while not messing the flow of things. And here comes James as the one man. Right, back up, tries to attack, doesn't get it. We just did this 3-on-0. Now it's 5-on-0, right? But we're getting those same type of reps, okay? And guys are getting to play multiple different spots. Just because we're short on time, I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to skip a couple things. So we got 3-on-0, right? We did some 3-on-3 with some dummy stuff. Okay, we did some 5-on-0 progressions. Now we got to start isolating those different decision-making skills in more of a live setting. So again, because for me, my 5-out offense is a lot of 3-man action. One of my favorite drills, which I still hear from Coach Toppert, okay, is a 3-2-1 drill. So the way the drill works is you play a 3-on-3, and then the shooter and the man defending the shooter get the rebound, get out, and they go right into 2-on-2 with the guys who are left. Same thing, shooter rebounder gets out, little man left gets to play 1-on-1. But the drill doesn't stop. It flows continuously, and you're working on a 3-man action, a 2-man action, and a 1-on-1 situation, which are all things that happen within our offense. So take a look here. Okay, comes off the quick screen. Okay, he gets a shot. So there's 2 guys left. Now we get right into 2-on-2. Boom, ball screen, they trap. Okay, hit the dive man. Okay, now we're playing 1-on-1. Okay, and he gets to make a reaction. He drops, so I'm going to pull up. Okay, so you're putting guys in decision-making skills. You're working on 3-man actions, 2-man actions, and single-man actions, which is awesome. So they dictate we're going to be out of our quick series stuff, which means we're setting a quick screen away. So we're dictating what action we're in. That's fine. We're going to play out of it. 3-on-3. I get a jumper. Let's go into a ball screen, 2-on-2. Okay, you can dictate that if you want them to be trapped every time. They can just make them play straight up and guess. Whatever is it you want them to do. But for us, this really helped. For me, at least in our program, it helped our understanding and knowledge like jump tenfold because we were constantly working on game situations. And so when we went live, you could see that their IQ had taken a tremendous leap in the right direction because we put them in these type of situations in a 3-on-3 setting. So I'll show you some quick clips from our high school team where now at the point we're just 3-on-3. So we're just going to let them play a 3-on-3, not a whole lot of rules because we've worked on all those different reads and concepts. Now we're just working on playing basketball, right? That's kind of our concept. So we'll see here. Okay, we're going to go 3-on-3. We go to drag quick, not there. Okay, nothing available. We flash our action man, doesn't have nothing. We go pick and roll. We're constantly rotating. Okay, get to the paint, space. Okay, get a jumper. So for us, this is good basketball. We're working on just understanding the game. Then we're taking these clips and we put them on our program and we watch them as our next film session the next day. We would talk about, you know, how maybe we didn't screen right or whatever the different things are there. So we watch. Here's another clip. Again, just working on 3-on-3. We flip the screen, dives doesn't have anything. We get stuck. Boom, we had a flash man. We back cut, not there. We go DHO. We dive to big, right? That's a great look for us. So when we're watching this on film, what we're looking at is, okay, we got nothing out of the ball screen. Okay, we come off the ball screen. We're not very open. So we pull it back out. Okay, and we tell our guys if we're stuck, okay, at least within our program, our action man's responsible for getting that next thing to happen. So our action man is going to flash to the high post. His hands are high, which means we're passing him the basketball. Versus the previous clip, his hands are down, so we're getting a ball screen. His hands are up, so we hit him with the pass. Boom, we basket cut. They do a good job taking the cut away, but because he cuts hard, right, you see the bottom defender down here, right? He has to engage because he could be beat. So because he cuts hard and gains speed, this DHO becomes open, right? So that's stuff you talk about in film and encourage and tell guys what a great job that they did. And that's why I think practice film is so important, even maybe more important than game film. He comes off the DHO. Okay, and all great things happen. So after that, right, we talked about review and assessment. So kind of short on time, so I just want to kind of get through here. So we pre-taught, we watched film, animations, and as a team. We went on the court. We progressed from isolating game skills in our warm-up drills to go on 3-on-0, adding some dummy defense, 3-on-3, 5-on-0, all the way into our 3-2-1 drills and our live 3-on-3 drills. So in an hour and a half of practice, we accomplish a lot of things. And you combine those awesome practices on top of each other, you get a lot of growth very quickly. Okay, but the last part is review and assessment. So what we do here is we create little brain games for our guys. What they do is we're just working on teaching concepts and wanting guys to understand what we're doing. So for a quick series, we can go in there and they can just play a quick little speed round, 60 seconds to a minute. Sometimes it's video clips, sometimes it's animations, but they got to figure out what we get right. So if you get it right, okay, you get points, boom, just like Kahoot, or these kids do in school. Okay, you'll see catching up here. We got some film. Okay, what was that one? Boom, we got that one right. Okay, we move on to the next one. We got that one wrong, so we got to watch it. So if you get it wrong, you have to watch it. Okay, and then you just got to kind of continue through different speed rounds of different things or whatever it is that you want to throw in there. So for us, very quickly, I wanted to get this into about 30 minutes or so. That's kind of a quick, really fast way of how we kind of go into training camp as far as teaching on court and reviewing and assessment with our players. And we just continually do that every single day. So I did want to have at least about 5 minutes of questions if you guys had any. Otherwise, if not, we'll have this on replay. Speaking of, right, as coaches, we love to watch this stuff live, but then we want the replay. We want to go back and rewatch it. So every film session we do, we record it. So, and then we take those recorded film sessions and we put it back into our app for our kids to go watch after the fact, right? Just like you guys are going to go rewatch this on a replay. It's no different for our players. They also want to rewatch everything we just talked about. So we always record every film session we do, and we put it in the app for our guys. That way they can go rewatch any film session that we have. So if you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat or Q&A, and I'll answer those real quickly. And then after that, we'll transition to Coach Hart, who's going to be able to show you how to make presentations. Like if you want to do this for your team, simple ways on how to do that. If you have any questions, you can throw in the chat or Q&A part. So film clips of practice. So we're using the NFHS cameras on the wall, but they just got replaced by the Huddle Focus cameras. If you don't have an automated camera, use your student managers, as I did in the past. I'd go get a video camera or even use your iPad. Have student managers film practice. Because I think, again, to me personally, I believe practice film is the most important thing we can have for our program. So I find ways to make sure we have that, whether it's a manager doing it, kid who's hurt, if your wife, girlfriend, however you want to get it done. But I think finding a way to get that practice film is very important. So we're lucky to have the Huddle Focus on the wall. But if not, get on Amazon, go buy a $100 camera, and whoever's hurt, sick, manager, just find a way to get that practice film. It's a good question. How often do you 5-out the offense against defense? Or 5-on-0 the offense against defense. So typically we do a ton of 3-on-3. You'll see the 3-2-1 stuff. And then we'll start to transition 4-on-4, 5-on-5. But we really don't do much 5-on-5 until about day 3. Because of our 5-out, so much is dictated on 3-man actions. That's what I care about teaching. Once you throw in the other 2 guys, it's more about spacing, understanding reads, and that kind of stuff. But for us, it's really, if we can't figure out the 3-man action part, it doesn't matter what happens when we get to 5-on-5. So we really hammer home the 3-man actions first, and then we start building in the defense 5-on-5. And some ways we do that, well, like you saw, where Houston went 5-on-0, right? So we'll do that same thing. We'll do 3 possessions, but that 3rd possession, we'll go 5-on-0, 5-on-0. When we come back, we'll have 5 defenders waiting for them, and they can play 5-on-5 for 1 possession right there. So that's one way we kind of add the defense in as we're working on our reads and spacing. How can we access practice film you share with us today? So this will be on replay. It'll get emailed out to you guys, and then we'll have it shared all throughout our Luceo website as well. So you'll have full access to this. I'm sure it'll get emailed to you. If not, email us and we'll get you the replay. The 3-2-1 drill. Sure, Joe. I'll show that one more time. Again, I'm not sure on your guys' end how much this froze and whatnot. So the way it works, is like for here, this specific instance, they're going to start 3-on-3 and they're going to go quick series. So that means the trail bigs and go set a quick screen for the guy in the wing, and they're going to play it at 3-on-3. And so you play a 3-on-3. Whoever shoots the basketball, that offensive player and the man defending him get off the floor. So the two remaining players now play 2-on-2. So again, they play a 2-on-2. Drill doesn't stop. Again, the same rule. The guy who shoots the basketball, guy defending who shot the basketball, get off the floor. So there's only one guy left, and they play 1-on-1. So I'll let the clip run so you can kind of get a feel for it. Here they go 3-on-3. He gets a shot, so that man's off. Two guys left. Now they play 2-on-2. Go pick and roll, make the read out of it. Okay, he scores. Now there's one guy left, so they play a 1-on-1. And then you just get 3 new guys in the drill. You just do the same thing over and over and over again. So, like we'll do this out of drag. We'll do this out of quick series. We'll do this out of delay. We'll do this out of pistol. Take all your different offensive concepts. You just get to work on those 3-man actions in live situations. But then again, play breaks down, right? Maybe he's not open. So then you're into a 2-man game. So you get to work on that. Okay, we kick it. We had a 1-man opportunity. So we're playing 1-on-1. You know, we're big on beating our guys off the dribble, getting to the paint. So that 1-on-1 stuff is valuable for us too. So that's just a quick review of that 3-2-1 drill. Great question.